Okay, here's your hot take, Adrian.
I already know
The
it.
New England Patriots will make the playoffs next year.
That's. You know what? They won't.
Why not?
I have zero. I think about it. All this they got all these tight ends.
He didn't say win the playoffs. He just said make
The playoff. Yeah, I don't think they make it. I don't think
Dang.
Okay, why? Why
Um,
not? Here's
Who's the
make your
defender?
argument.
Okay, so let's just say they have to be two teams, really, right? Realistically, at least. That would be the Dolphins and the who's the other team?
Vikings.
Language.
Huh?
I don't know.
No, what the hell? Vikings. No,
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. That's right. Thank you. So they have to beat the Bills and the Dolphins, who I don't think they'll be able to do that with Cam Newton. That's the only thing. I mean, sure, they have a good team now with all the free agency signings with like defensive player, like the linebacker, and he's got his picks and his defense and all that now, trying to get lined up. But yeah, I think offensively they're still lacking, even with that receiver they just signed. I forgot his name.
Nelson Aguilar.
Aguilar.
Yeah, Nelson Aguilar. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on.
Don't drop the ball, bro.
So I don't know. I just think that I think it's very possible, and I don't really think yours is much of a hot take as outside of the realm of possibility.
Okay.
Let's just put it at I say they have a 25% chance of making it, I guess.
Dang. All right, Tosco, your turn.
They have a what was that? I'm sorry.
They have a 25% chance of making the playoffs.
Okay. So let me tell you why they will make the playoffs. Okay. So first off, yes, you're right. They signed all these players, right? And it's going to help them win games, right? It's going to help them win games. Now, people are saying, yes, the weakness, Cam Newton, he sucked last year, right? But I think now Cam Newton has weapons, okay? And he doesn't have to do that much better than what he did last year. Last year, they went 7-9. Okay, and now they're playing a third place schedule. That makes a big difference. In the NFL, if you win first in the division, you're going to play all the first place teams the next year. So you're playing the hard schedule. You're playing the top of the top cream of the top, But if you're in second place, you play the second place schedule. If you get third and fourth, so that's how they kind of keep it even when they schedule. Yes, they still need to play Miami twice, Buffalo twice, and the Jets twice, right? But right there, the Jets, I think, are improving, but they're not there yet. So I think those are 2 wins. Miami, I think 2 are trash, but Miami is a good team. But I think they can win one of those games because they did beat them last year. Okay, so 1-1. That's already 3 wins. Let's say they lose to Buffalo both times. That's fine because Buffalo is the better team, right? Now they play a third place schedule, meaning now they have to play Jacksonville. That's another win. Okay. They're going to play the Chargers. That's another win. This year they play the Texans. That's another win. Then they play the division in the NFC. They play the Falcons. That should be a win. They play the Panthers. That should be a win. Okay. They play the Bucks. That's a good team. Let's say they lose. They play the Saints. If James is at quarterback or if Taysom Hill's at quarterback, who knows how that team's going to look. And they still need more cuts because they're still under the cap. So there's about 7 or 8 games that they could win very easily. And the key to all this and the last kicker in all this is that they're getting back their 8 starting players that opted out last year because of COVID. They're getting Dante Hightower back, all-pro linebacker. They're getting Marcus Cannon, Pro Bowl lineman back. They're getting Patrick Chung, Pro Bowl safety back. They're getting more guys back that did not play last year. So they're getting a roster full of good players that are coming back, and they don't have to do that much better. Cam doesn't have to be Superman Cam.
So just to
Sam-
follow up on that, do you think that if you switch out Cam Newton for Tom Brady on that same team, do they make the playoffs? As
Tom Brady makes it. He probably wins the Super Bowl.
Oh, there you go.
But so that's what I'm saying. They're going to make the playoffs for sure.
No. Bill Belichick can't even make the playoffs by himself. No faith. Fuck that. It's Tom Brady this year.
Okay. So I'm not saying they're going to win the division, right? I think Buffalo's going to win the division, but who are the other teams that are contending for a wild card? Let's think.
Yeah.
The Dolphins.
In that division,
That's it.
Miami. Okay, throw Miami in there. All right. No. Well,
Oh,
it goes
okay.
throughout the whole conference, right? So then in the other division, you have the Ravens and the Browns. Okay, so one of them's going to be competing. I think the Steelers are trash. They're going to go down. They still need to cut more people, right?
Yeah.
And then,
And pay them.
yeah. And then in the other league, in the other division, you have the Colts and Titans. So that's one of those teams, right? So that's already 3. And then in the West, it's the Chiefs, and then the Raiders got rid of all their O-line. They have no O-line right now, so there goes that. They lost defenders, haven't signed anybody. They lost their best receiver, so the Raiders are out. The Chargers are still coming up, but now they have a new coach, new system, so I think they're a year away. The Broncos still suck. So the Patriots are only going to have to compete against 3 teams. One of those teams is in their division, which they can go ahead and hopefully have wins. They can beat them twice. They have the tiebreaker. And then they play the Browns this year. They play the Titans this year. So if they pull off those upset wins, they could. They're very much in that wild card contention. And I think they can be one of those 2 teams.
Yeah. Dang, it's pretty hot takes right now going on right now. We're gonna go ahead and do our little judgments a day movement. So we'll go ahead and let our judges decide. We'll have Mr. Superfan Art go first. What do you think?
Yeah, Art, what do you think?
Thank you. I was gonna side with you, but now I would go against the Patriots making the playoffs only because your argument relies on a lot of guaranteed victories. Yeah, you're saying a lot of key players are returning who did opt out, but I mean, who knows how well they're going to perform? Maybe they have some rust. I don't know, or who knows? Like,
And
if
Dante
there's
Hightower.
some crazy free agency or some pretty solid like diamond in the rough drafts that might help those opposing teams in some form or fashion. I'm not a betting man, but I wouldn't make that bet just because there's not enough information at the moment to say if they would go the distance. So I'm going to side with Adrian just because I can't put all my guarantees on the Pats going on. And also Cam Newton is suspect as best. If he's the head of the spear, like, it's not a very sharp spear. Don't get me wrong. The stick is good and sturdy, but that head of the spear.
Maybe if they swapped out Dante Hightower for Brandon Spikes, I might, change my mind.
Be swayed.
No, and that, I mean, that's a good point, Art.
Evan or Crack AV.
Actually, for myself, I'm gonna go in favor of Patriots not making the playoffs.
Dang.
Only because I get a vibe. I get a nice vibe last year that every game that went on, Cam was playing and Belichick was just getting more and more pissed. I think that trend is going to continue. Just Belichick being pissed, and although he has like many weapons at his disposal, anger, a little bit of that anger is going to, make some choices for him that's gonna bite him in the ass.
Dang.
So that's what I think about the coaching level of the Patriots.
All right.
That's my take.
So we'll go with Adrian. So my take was actually with Tosco. I just think they'll just find a way.
Yep.
I think they're just gonna Spurs it, 8 seed type stuff. We're like, we can make the playoffs, but we can not and it'd be better, but we're Belichick. It's a Belichick, coach team. You can't just not try to make the playoffs. But the judges win. So Adrian gets the point. Adrian gets the take.
It's gonna be a sick recording to go look at next October and November and December. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking awesome too. I'm gonna love it, dude. When Kyler Murray's NFL MVP, when he's
All right, so Mr. Adrian, you are our next hot route QB. So you're up next. It's the second half, bro.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's two takes. Two takes. It's two halves.
Let's see. Man, that's too hot of a take, but I think I want to say it just because it's like in the realm possibility too.
Boom, go for it.
Chiefs don't make the Super Bowl.
Dang.
You know what? Chiefs don't make the conference championship game.
Oh,
I mean,
scandalous.
that is pretty scandalous.
And the reason I say that is because besides even I think they
O-line?
they signed new O-line replacements, or just one really, or I think two actually, but I think that there's a certain point where a team just kind of does this. I'm not saying that. Oh shit! Sorry. I'm not saying that that they're not going to make the playoffs or be a contender or be a favorite to win or anything like that. I just think that like the luck of the ball going their way, like it has been, for these last 2 years, is just going to end up running dry essentially. So that's my take. I think that the Chiefs might have a bitter season and a bitter postseason, I should say.
Dang. All right. Tosco, go for it.
Okay, so then I ask you, who's gonna beat them?
I mean, I think anybody could beat them.
Oh well, I know. Obviously, okay. It goes without saying that anybody can beat anybody.
Right.
Obviously,
I could.
But to say that they're not gonna make the conference or not make the conference championship, that means that they're gonna lose in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna lose to a team. You're saying that they're not doing.
You know what? I think they'll lose to the Patriots.
Dang.
All right.
I see what you did there, dude. I see what you did there. Dang.
Nah, but honestly, they could lose. I mean, if Derrick Henry still runs the same, but I doubt it. But if he does, I think they could lose to the Titans. That'd be a team that could beat them.
Okay, so let me. So, out of the teams that you're saying are gonna beat the Chiefs, or there's gonna be a team that's gonna beat the Chiefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen any of them getting better. The Baltimore Ravens lost defenders. They lost some defensive guys. They're losing some offensive linemen. So I don't think that team got better. Okay. The Tennessee Titans, they got Bud Dupree, a good edge rusher. Yeah. Okay. But they lost one of their main receivers, right? One of their two guys. They lost their tight end. They're going to be losing some key positions, some key players on offense.
Right.
So I don't think that team got better. Okay.
But, I mean, just to counter you for a little bit here, I didn't think that the Bucs even had a chance against the Chiefs.
Oh, I did. I said here. I said it here that I thought the Buccaneers were going to win. It was all when they said that their two offensive tackles were out, I automatically knew Tampa Bay was going to win. the way you saw Tampa Bay play in the playoffs, that defensive line was just tearing people up in the playoffs. They weren't playing like that in the regular season.
No.
But in the playoffs, they just turned it on.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that anything that happens in the regular season, as long as you, and you say it too, as long as you make the playoffs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
I mean, look at the Giants. They won 2 fluke Super Bowls just because their defense got hot in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like Danny said, they just scrapped it in. They were the 6th seed, made it in, and they won. You know, they won the Super Bowl.